Hi guys, it's James and Ruta again.
Hello,
We're back
hello.
from Midlands Motorbikers, and today we're going to catch up with you about the Carpuride systems we've been testing. We've had it for a month now,
It's
isn't
been
it?
a month, yeah, so we had a good practice, and I've been using it mainly every day, going to work, appointments. So yeah, I tested it quite well, I think.
Excellent, good. So hopefully they're going to hear some great feedback from us. For anyone that doesn't know, Carpuride is a range of different accessories designed for the motorbikers. They do ones for cars, they do ones for people that are hiking or walking, and loads of different ones. But obviously the ones we're talking about today are for the motorbike side of things. Now, what they are is essentially a device which brings an infotainment system to your bike. So it adds another element to the bikes that we have and ride. And essentially it brings either Apple CarPlay, or as you've been using,
Android
Auto, isn't it?
Auto, yes, that's the one.
So all the apps we're familiar with on our phone, whether it be satellite navigation or music apps, or even just responding to WhatsApp, text messages and phone calls, it all appears on the screen in front of us. So let's have a closer look.
Yes, we will.
Okay, so before Carpuride came into your life, what were you using? What was your way of getting around? How did you get your navigation side of things sorted? And how did you operate your phone?
So mainly I was using navigation on my phone, just Google Maps, or I was following my friends wherever they take me. So I was either relying on someone else or purely on the phone. What I find using the mobile phone as the navigation on my motorbike, it was scary sometimes to stop on the red light and some strangers to walk past, because it was so easy just to nick the phone.
Of course.
So having the Carpuride with me kind of gave me more confidence that I can actually lead the ride. I know where I'm going. I'm not gonna run out of battery or anything like that, because the phone is either in a pocket or the backpack on the minimum kind of battery usage. So it literally changed my journeys on the motorbike. Literally start up the bike, it's Bluetooth already connecting.
Okay, so you turn the key, it's already hardwired into the bike, so the
Yes.
power is obviously coming straight from that. You can see the actual device is already booted up. The clock, don't worry, because it takes that from the phone, so once it's fully connected to the phone,
They need to
you better get all
connect
that
together.
through.
So
there you go.
yeah, that's the sign that it's gonna start up in a sec.
So there's no wires at all with this, you've just turned it on, and the Wi-Fi side of things is doing everything else.
There you go.
So that's it, you're on.
Yeah, what I really like that it comes back to the last thing that I was doing, the song that I was listening before, my locations where I was before, so you can kind of continue with the things that you've been doing previously.
Oh wow.
So stop the music when you need to chat with someone.
So this is exactly what you're used to on your phone then?
Yeah.
So what other apps have you got available on this at the moment?
So what I mainly use is, as you can see, Google Maps, Spotify. So it's either open as the main screen here, or you can use it with a small screen, so you have everything else.
That's quite handy.
And then when you get, for example, WhatsApp message, it comes up to you as well and says, do you want to read it? When you read it, it actually plays it out to you. There is an option to click as well to say, I want to reply. You say what you have to write, and it literally sends off the message.
So actually you can dictate the messages rather than actually reading the messages, so it still stays safe,
Yes,
which is brilliant.
because everything is connected to the headphones as well, which are in the helmet. So the three devices are linked: your phone, helmet, headphones, and Carpuride.
Awesome, that's brilliant.
Smart, isn't it?
Yeah, I really like that. Can you click on the little menu at the bottom right there so we can see what other apps you can have with the Carpuride? So this is obviously the Android version of things. We'll show you the Apple in a second. So these are all apps that are on your phone at the moment.
Yes.
Fantastic, and you can scroll through them as well?
My calendar. No events today apart of
no
filming.
social life today.
And yeah, by scrolling it, you see the main ones. You can have a look at the weather, see how hot today is. But there is option, you can add the picture on the screen as a background.
Oh wow.
So there's plenty of options to customize it. I didn't even had the chance to customize it because this is the main page that I use. So I don't even look to any other apps because this is the main page that everything is here basically.
Okay, come and have a look at this one. So Ruta's got the 5-inch screen. I've got the 702, which is of course the 7-inch screen. Now, very, very familiar devices. They work essentially exactly the same, and they can both work with both Apple and Android phones. Mine's connected to my iPhone, which is of course an Apple, so this is Apple CarPlay. So very similar system. Essentially the functionality is exactly the same. If I show you, in fact, if you come close to the screen here, I'll show you, you've got your favorite apps on the side rather than at the bottom like Android Auto. I can click down here, and that is where all my apps are at the moment. Now, these are all apps that are on my phone, so again, I'm familiar with what the apps are, and I've customized it so you can see my satellite navigation ones, the ones I use on a regular basis, Apple Maps, Google, Kalimoto, Waze. They're all linked with the Apple CarPlay. Messages, WhatsApp, just like Ruta said, you can click on them, it will actually dictate the message to you, and then you can actually reply using your voice, and it will write out a new message for you as well, which is brilliant. So you don't have to take your eyes off the device, off the road. You can just continue, and it's all going to read it out for you, which is brilliant. Music side of things, yes, I love Spotify, but of course Apple Music or anything. Click on Spotify, it's linked to the phone, so you can see my choice of music and all the things, and some embarrassing choice of music, I'm sure, which is on here, the stuff that you're looking at, which is great. Nice big icons, whether it's the 5 or the 7-inch screen. You just tap on it, and at a tap, it's linked straight away to your headset and just comes straight through. It sounds brilliant. It looks brilliant. It's so easy to use. I think it's brilliant. One thing we'll also talk about as well, if I go into the main running of the screen, we've got, he says, there it is, Car Home. So this brings you into the Carpuride's actual home screen itself. From here, you've got the ability to go into more customizational settings. You can choose how the audio is taken out. But one thing I really like is it's got an SD card reader on it as well. So you can actually load your own music, your own videos if you wanted to. Please don't watch videos while you're riding, and also pictures as well. I have loaded a quick video onto it, just to show you how good the video quality actually is. Okay, so let's talk about the actual design and quality of the units themselves. Now, there are other units out there on the market that have a different quality. There are higher quality units, but of course with that you are going to pay more. Personally, I think this is a great design. It's lightweight, it's got a built-in sun visor on both models, and you know, it's a high quality durable plastic casing, which is really, really good. On the side of the actual unit, it has got the power button and the ability to put your SD card in if you want to as well. And there's lots of different ways that you can connect it to your bike as well. So when you fitted yours, how did you find it? How did you find the installation side of things?
So I had my fiance to help me out because I'm not the most technical person. So it took us around 15 minutes to get it fitted. But main time consumption was that I needed to take out a lot of fairings because we wanted to hide the wires properly.
Right, okay.
And then what we done as well, we connected the unit to the battery because it's obviously only operated from the bike battery, and I wanted to make sure that if the screen is on, for example, it doesn't drain my motorbike battery.
Right, okay, yep.
So the moment I turn off the bike, it switches off as well.
Yep.
So I know that it's never going to drain my battery.
No, exactly.
Bike.
So it hasn't got a built-in battery for it. So as Ruta just said, it won't have any draw from the battery when the bike's off itself, which is great. When the bike's off, it will turn itself off,
yeah,
which is great. So installation was actually quite quick and easy. You just wanted to make sure you did a really tidy job of the wire. So
that's why it took us longer to do it. But it's literally one wire, isn't it, which goes to the battery.
Yeah.
And we were just hiding it and like pushing it to the little gaps to make sure that it's not visible and you don't catch it anywhere as well, just for another safety.
So when you're parked up at your destination, is it quite easy to be able to take off?
So that was the feature that I was really impressed about it as well, because I go to the appointments and I work in a city center. So when I leave my bike, I don't feel comfortable leaving Carpuride just anywhere in the city. So there is an easy extension which you literally turn it a little bit and unplug it. And then there is a cap as well which protects it from water, so it's waterproof as well. And that action literally takes maybe 5 seconds.
Oh, brilliant.
So I take it out, put it in my backpack, do my appointments, come back, put it on again on the ball mount as well. So it is fairly easy.
Excellent.
It's literally no-brainer.
Okay, so in comparison, mine has the BMW specific mount. Now the great thing about that is if you have a BMW with the navigation cradle already built in, rather than having to hardwire the bike in, Carpuride have actually designed a mount which is designed to fit straight onto that. It takes the power straight from your sat-nav cradle and it literally clips on and off. So that is a really, really good feature, especially for anyone with the BMW bikes. It literally just pops straight on and it can lock on with your existing key as well. So a really good feature that.
So James, could you tell me the main features of Carpuride
Yes.
and why we use it every day?
Absolutely, I have got some notes because I want to make sure we go thorough with this one. So obviously the main one is the Bluetooth. You need the Bluetooth to be able to connect to your phone so it can do the Apple CarPlay and it uses the Wi-Fi as well, as we've said, but also to connect to your headset so you can hear your music, you can hear the feedback from the unit itself. It's full IP67 rated, which basically means...
What does it mean? Yes.
Ingress protection. So 6, which currently is the highest rating for dust and solid debris, so sand, dirt, whatever it may be. 7, so the 6-7, the 7 is the water rating. It's secured against water ingress for up to 1 metre. So if you do go underwater, you know that it's going to be safe.
Let's try to not do that.
Yeah, try not to, of course, but at least you know that if you are washing your bike or if you get caught in the rain, it is fully waterproof in that respect.
Perfect.
And of course, it's also got the voice control. So with the Android phone, you'll have the Android voice control, or with the Apple phone, you have Hey Siri, and it will do all that as well.
Lovely lady talking with you, yes?
Exactly. It's the only conversation I get when I'm on the bike. It's brilliant. So yeah, that's the main features that I absolutely love about it. There's loads more. The screen is high definition, and it's got the memory card reader, etc. And there's loads of other features in it, but that's the main ones that I think is suitable for us.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. The other question I had, is it Carpuride the only motorbike navigation out there, or there is anything else that we can compare it with?
So there is starting to be quite a few other ones out there which are similar. There are ones that are more expensive, there are cheaper ones, but across the board I still think this is the best value for money one. Now the main competitor, the main other one out there that people are looking at, and the biggest competitor to Carpuride themselves, is the Chigi units. Now they're both Chigi and Carpuride are Chinese brands, Chinese companies. The difference is the Chigi one, being more expensive, has a better quality finish. It does. The casing is a lot more professional looking. It does look a lot more durable. But I asked myself this the other day, realistically, when it's actually secured onto your bike and it's sitting there, they do exactly the same thing. Okay, the Chigi does have a little bit more interface with the bike, especially with the BMW one. It can tell you when you're indicating, it can take some of the data from your TFT screen, but then you've already got a TFT screen, so you're doubling up on the information.
Yeah, that's extra, isn't it? That it's not used every day, for example.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
And the price difference, you're paying another £200 on top of it for essentially the same thing. It's completely up to you. If you prefer, if you are a bit of a snob and you want it to look as good as it can do, yes, the Chigi is the unit to go for. But if you're looking for a unit that does everything without having to worry about things, Carpuride is still the best one out there.
I think at the end of the day, the performance is the main feature, isn't it?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how it looks, as long as it does the job and it's not in your way.
Exactly.
That's perfect, isn't it?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So, yeah, I mean, have a shop around, look at the comparison out there, but certainly in my opinion, Carpuride's got our vote. So another feature that we noticed when we were playing about with it is the brightness settings. Now this particular one is the first version of the Carpuride units, and it doesn't have a light sensor, so you manually have to change the brightness of the screen. If you leave it on full brightness at night time, it is fantastically bright, so you do need to know how to be able to do that. And a couple of quick switches on the buttons, and you do bring the brightness right the way down. So that's really good, and that's a feature on both of the units. But you found a nice feature as well.
Yes, so during one of our rides, I realized that I don't actually need any of display at all, because I wasn't listening to the music, I wasn't following the maps. So I found a feature that you can literally switch off the display completely. Okay. And it's black, so it's not in your way to look anywhere. You can just literally focus on the nice scenery and the roads that you're going to. And the moment that you need to go back online, have a look where you are, you touch the screen and the map comes back to you.
And it just instantly comes back to life. That's good.
So it's very easy.
I suppose on the safety side of things as well, that's quite good. So if you are at a set of traffic lights and you see someone to the side of you and you think, oh, I don't know, it could be a bit dodgy, you've got the ability to turn the screen off instantly. So it takes the attention away from the device. Yeah, so it
kind of blends in with the bike display straight away. So it's not something that add-on you would have on the bike. But again, I think because it's on the ball mount, it would be quite hard to take it out Literally,
Yes.
like it would take some time to get to it to do it. So I think it's very safe to have it on the bike.
Actually, saying that, so when you get the Carpuride units, whichever one you get, the BMW specific one or the ball mount one, they come with the ball mount or the ram mount way of securing it to the bike. Now, you actually had an interesting thought with that existing mount, didn't you?
So when I originally mounted the Carpuride on my bike, I found that it was way too close to me, basically.
Yep.
It was too far away from the steering bar. So what I ended up doing is using one of my old mounts, which because obviously you have the original ball mount from Carpuride. Any other mounts, they fit, so you can adjust the height of how far or how close you want for the Carpuride to be on your steering bar.
So that's really good. So that opens it up even more. So you've got a lot more adaptability of where you could potentially
Yes.
mount it if you wanted to.
Exactly, and that you can move it around to make sure that you see your screen, your settings, gears. I know that lots of people have gear indicators somewhere in the corner.
Yes.
And sometimes this could be on the way, but there is a way to play around it. For you, it obviously kind of sits at one place.
Yep.
But with the 7-inch one, isn't it?
Yep.
You can play around with it and
That's
try
good.
to fit it in different places and just see how you get on.
So you've got even more choice of where it can go. That's
Yeah.
brilliant. That's really good, actually. Okay, brilliant. Okay, so it's come to the end of our review. We've had the units for just over a month now, and we've got really, really intimate with the devices. We've used them as best we can. We've tried to work out the pros and the cons and everything, and ultimately we've come to the decision. What do you think first?
My decision is a smile. I'm keeping it. Don't take it away.
No, they're brilliant, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. And for me, they gave me confidence that I know where I am. I know what I'm doing. I can listen to my favorite music and still ride a bike.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I'm doing it.
And it's an interface that we're already used to. This is one thing I absolutely love with the Carpurides, CarPlay or Android Auto. It's taking what we're already used to from our phones, the apps that we're already used to, and it works really well. It does.
Actually looks exactly the same as the Android Auto in my car.
Oh, of course,
So
yeah.
literally exactly the same layout. Everything is exactly the same.
Brilliant.
So yeah.
Yeah,
Everything matching.
I'm exactly the same. I absolutely love it. I love how quick and easy it is to use, how it snaps straight onto the device or obviously just in a few seconds comes on and off and is able to be hidden away. It's quick, it's easy to actually navigate through all the apps. I love it, I do. And for the value for money as well, you just can't beat it. In my opinion, it is still the best version of Android Auto or Apple CarPlay for your bike. So it's a big thumbs up from us.
100%.
Go and buy one, guys. If you are interested in getting one of the Carpuride units, then we do have an affiliation link with a discount code, which I believe is still 30%. I'll leave the link down below the video. And so if you are interested, just click on that and fill in all your details. Guys, if you're interested in it or if you have any questions, please drop us a comment, drop us a question. We should be able to answer them for you, and tell us about your experiences as well. We love to hear them. For now, thank you very much for watching. It's James and Ruta saying goodbye.
Let's ride.